You may have seen Joe Sparks playing the saxophone. I have definitely. After a Celtics game, a Bruins game at the City Garden, he's always in that little corridor, or even maybe at a wedding rehearsal or a dinner.
That's right. So you know his talent and the music, but do you know his story? Where his love for music came from? How he got to pursue this passion full time? Yeah, probably not.
I'm going to do that.
I sat down with him at the City Winery to learn more.
I play music. I connect with people. I feel like that's what I do. And this is how I do it. I play a lot of different types of events for a lot of different types of people, but through the whole thing, I'm not doing what I'm doing if I'm not doing it for somebody. And I say for somebody, but it's almost like with somebody. Like there's a connection there that's what drives me. I grew up playing oboe, so I was a classical musician. By the time I reached my senior in high school, I needed to branch out and do some other kinds of music. I had a really good friend that played saxophone, so I picked up the saxophone at that point, and it just felt very natural and eventually felt like it was my voice.
While a student at UMass Amherst, Joe played in the marching band and an acoustic rock band. Then he graduated.
It all just kind of went away, and I basically didn't do music for about 15 years. And I was out in Boston with my daughter, and I was outside the aquarium, and there was a saxophone player playing out there, street performing. And he was okay, but we saw him, and I gave my daughter a couple dollars to give him. And I'm like, I could do that. And I was like, where can I be sure there are going to be people? City Garden. So I started playing there before the crowds and eventually after the crowds.
When you reached back for it 8 years ago, did it feel immediately like home?
It did feel like home. It felt like I didn't realize what I was missing. Once I was able to put the office job to the side and really just let that go, I found myself now with the time, the freedom, and the energy to be able to explore music in ways that I just couldn't before. I like being able to have an arsenal of so many different types of songs and genres so that if I'm feeling a certain way in a moment, I can really go a different direction musically. Something I haven't explored a whole lot in terms of playing for people is original music, and that's something that will be coming. It's kind of unexpected for me. It's kind of scary at times, but time after time, I find myself in these positions that like pinching myself. How am I here right now doing this?
So a beautiful way to capture his story.
Yeah.
I think to his point, like he's pitching himself, but you see someone on a regular basis, and you don't know like the journey that it takes for them to get to. It seems simple, but it took a while for him to get there.
It took a while, and he came back to it, and we had the best time shooting with him. Diego, shout out to Diego Perez, our photographer and editor on that. The three of us had such a fun time. So,
I could tell.
And Joe, thanks for sharing your story. And if you guys see him now, you can go up and be like, I know more about you.
Right, exactly.
And we're excited for your original music, Joe. So sooner rather than later.
Stay
please.
tuned for that.